Welcome. Hey, welcome. It is me. I haven't been posting as much because every October I go into costume mode to make matching costumes for my daughter and I. I'm sure the next few Nerf things I do, I'll have some updates on how the build is coming. Obviously, Avatar is the theme of this year. I'll put this aside over here. All right, so even though I'm going to be very busy this month trying to crank out a couple of moderate level costumes, I still want to keep posting and doing videos. I'm still having a lot of fun with that. A lot of cool new blasters lately. Some that I've had a while. It's really hard to figure out what to talk about sometimes. I have a couple parties coming up next weekend. One of them, regular Nerf, smaller kids. One right after, slightly older kids. And I'm going to go Rival. And that made me think, hey, I should talk a little bit about probably the last series of Rival, the curve shots. And well, the one I'm the most excited about, I'm not going to talk about right now. I do have one, the Helix. Before I talk about the Helix, I want to talk about the first two, which are the Rival Curve Shot Flex, which is basically an evolution of the Rival Knockout. In the Knockout, you would open the breech, put in a ball, close the breech, prime, and shoot. In the Curve Shot Flex, they have actually done what a lot of modders have done, which is when you prime it, it pops open the breech, you put in a ball, close it. This time, instead of having to put it back up, it just stays down like that, and shoot. Similar performance and everything. The most notable thing really about the curve shot, before I go any further comparing things, is you have this piece on the front that lets you turn and curve the shot, just like slicing a golf ball. I'll get a close up. If you look down the barrel, you'll see this little hop up tab. And when the ball comes out, depending on where that tab is, it puts a little bit of backspin on it. And if it's straight, it'll make it go a little bit further. A lot of Nerf blasters have hop up on them. The Rival blasters do, so that your shots are straighter. Interestingly enough, the Hyper blasters don't have them, but there are lots of mods. I have one from Out of Darts for my Rush 40. Anyway, so the curve shot, you can turn it this way, and it'll actually curve it around corners over a distance, which is kind of neat. It's a bit of a gimmick, but it does work. And you can put it all the way down, and it'll actually arc your shot down if you were trying to tag someone over a barrier or something. Interestingly enough, Luke at Out of Darts, he built in an adjustable hop-up on the Jupiter, which you'll see back there, a few years before these came out. So kind of interesting. It's fine. I don't think it looks as cool as the Knockout. Not that I've said before, I don't like my blasters to look super realistic. But this one just has a really cool look and shape and really comfortable grip. This one, the grip is not super comfortable. This big ball holder thing seems like a little bit much. Yeah, I don't know. This seems to have lost a little bit of the elegance of this, but they work pretty similarly. I will definitely, it does have 8 rounds onboard storage, which is kind of handy if you're running around, I guess, if you don't have pockets. So not a bad blaster. A little expensive maybe for what it is. I can't remember how much it costs, but it's somewhere in the high teens in Canadian. Whereas you can get a Knockout right now for $10 off Amazon. So yeah. Moving on from the Flex, let's talk about the Sideswipe. The Sideswipe has an integrated clip. It holds 10, I believe. We'll find out in a second. It is bolt action. When I first tried this one, I found this a little bit weird and finicky. But basically, once you open this up, you can load it like this. Am I going to load it all the way? Because then I just have to shoot all of those. I will not. Once you have as many in there as you're going to, You push this back forward. It is kind of interesting because you can see how many you have left. And then it is a little bolt action thing here. Yeah, performance is pretty good. Also has this adjustable. You definitely need a little bit of space for it to work. I'm shooting at things a little bit too close, really, for it to do much. There we go. I just wanted to empty that out. So I'm not. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of the look of this blaster, to tell you the truth. I can't even really put my finger on it because I love orange. I should like it more than I do. That is the mystery of what we like and don't like. I need to use this one more and give it more of a chance, because you know what? It's actually quite comfortable to shoulder. This little kind of, integrated spot to naturally hold on to is pretty good. Maybe I didn't give this blaster a fair shake. So I'm going to mess around with this one more for sure. Probably on the weekend, I will take it to the party. If I'm thinking of comparable things, previously in Rival, I would be looking at the Mercury, which again, this is from their kind of target shooting line of blasters. I'll put 2 in there. This holds 5 or 6. It's hard to remember. No curve thing on it, but I just bring it out because it has that similar slide. Ergonomically, it would be a little more similar in size to the Hypnos, maybe, although the Hypnos has this fold-out stock and it takes a clip. I was just trying to find something else that took around this many rounds and had a similar-ish form factor. I guess the more I look at this, these aren't that close. So, the Sideswipe is maybe a little bit more unique than I gave it credit for, which is a good thing. I'm going to go ahead. I'm in my basement. It's very late at night on Thanksgiving weekend. Gobble, gobble. So all the kids are in bed. I'm up working on costumes and doing Nerf reviews, as I do. I'm going to find a spot to put a target that's about 30 feet away from kind of corner to corner in my basement, and I'll see if I can show you a bit of the curve of this through my very messy basement around some of the pillars here. We'll give this a try from here. Where I am going to be standing, that tree, quote unquote tree, will be right in my line of sight. So I'm going to try to curve it around a bit and see if I can hit my my Fire Nation Soldier mock-up. So this is probably more like 25 feet. It might not be enough. Oh, you know what? My goal, I'm going to try to hit that soldier thing without hitting the tree. I bet I could if I was a little bit further away. Hopefully you can see it curving. It definitely does work. I'm going to try to put a little more curve on it. So close. Hey, so I actually did manage to shoot a little bit around the arc of the tree that was in front of me. So my line of sight would be this. I think you kind of get the point. It curves, I don't know if you could see him by my target, but there is last year's costume. I was Voltron. My daughter was Princess Allura, the Blue Lion Paladin. It does work. So it's a bit of a gimmick, but it's kind of neat. I would say in the heat of a Nerf war, I don't know how much you're going to be adjusting this and tuning it and doing all of that with a single springer. With the Jupiter, I think it made a little bit more sense, especially with a proton pack, if you really want to stream those and just be trying to pour ammo down over a barricade or something. But they're not bad blasters, and I'm going to talk about the Helix in the next video that I do, so watch for that in the next couple days. And I think that one's really interesting, whether it had been curve shot or not. I'm excited about that one, and I'll say why. I feel like a lot of the ideas for Hyper were floating around the same time the Helix is being done, and maybe that'll be the last one, so sad. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that little firing demo, and I will definitely do another video as soon as I can in around building my Fire Nation soldier costume. Till next time.